A young father who desired to have a brand new red car saved over a long period of time to enable him to be able to afford this car. This father decided to buy the car in the red color. And so after he had purchased the car, went out with a few friends to celebrate his purchase. When he returned from his with his friends, he took a nap. And when he woke up from his nap, he found his young 3-year-old son scribbling on the side of his car. Out of anger, the father took a small wrench and hit his son several times in the arm, injuring the son. Anger has been the cause of so much pain and anguish all around the world, and has even led to several people developing long-term illnesses and, in some extreme cases, death. Anger is a destructive choice that has been the easier way out for many people as a show of frustration and so on. Elder Lynn Jane Robbins of the 70s thought during an address at the 1998 April General Conference, quote, "He made me angry," unquote. This is one of the quotes many people refer to say that they cannot control their anger or lack control over their anger. But this is false, because being angry is a choice and it's a conscious decision that we make. Elder David Ebedner, of the Chronicles of Apostles, taught that when people do things to us, we can choose to be offended. We decide whether or not we will react in a very bad manner by being angry. In Proverbs 15, verse 1, we learn and are taught that a soft answer turneth away wrath. And so when someone does anything to us and we respond in a very soft way, it diffuses all the tension that they may have existed around us. When we have been faced with decisions, we must always choose not to be angry, because anger causes so much pain and anguish. Anger has been there for us to destroy the family and individuals alike. According to a study that was conducted by the British Mental Health Authority, 80% of road accidents are caused by road rage. Many people, in a bid to get to their various destinations of work, get angry when others do things or put up behaviors that are not the way they expect them to behave. And leads to many people involving themselves in several accidents that are very, very avoidable. The story is told of Thomas B. Marsh, one of the very early pioneers of the church, and his wife. Thomas was serving as the first president of the Quorum of Apostles in this dispensation. His wife had an agreement with another sister to share milk and stripplings of milk that come from the cow. The agreement was that each day they would give each other stripplings and vice versa. Over time, Sister Marsh broke her side of this deal, and it led there to be a quarrel between the two of them. In trying to resolve this concern and quarrel, the Marshes became angry and left the church. The Marsh later on recounted that when he left the church, he lost all the blessings that he could have received. And what for? Because he was angry. In Proverbs 14, verse 17, we are taught that each time we are angry, we deal foolishly and become a man of many words. Anger causes people to deal irrationally with other people because of the way they are feeling inside themselves. Anger has been the cause of so much pain for many individuals and families, and continues unabated in its destructive path, sometimes even leading to illnesses and death. Many people have developed long-term illnesses like hypertension, diabetes, and high blood pressure because of anger and because they were not able to control their anger. According to www.webmd.com, anger has led to the development of several chronic illnesses like hypertension. Each time we are angry, our heartbeat rises and it beats and beats and beats and beats and causes us to be able to use more blood. And as this goes on over a long period of time, it becomes a cycle which leads to a chronic disease like hypertension or high blood pressure. Also, according to health expert Dr. Raphael Lambert, who is a mental health disease advisor, she said that anger has also led to many people developing chronic disease that has even led to death because of things like stroke that come as a result of hypertension and high blood pressure and diabetes. Anger as a choice has destroyed many individuals and families and has led people to even lose their lives. The father, who in this story that I shared with you earlier, hit his son several times, injured the son, but later on did a reflection and went back to check what the son had written on the car. He found out that his son had written, "I love you, daddy," on the car. You can imagine the shame and guilt that fell on this man's face as he read the words, "I love you, daddy," on the car. Out of anger, he had overreacted in a situation that could have just been something very, very small and something that could have been resolved without getting angry. In closing, I invite all of us this day to think to the atoning power of Jesus Christ to help us overcome and manage anger properly. I invite you within the next few days to think of ways to make sure that you always choose not to be angry, but rather to reply the soft answer so as to diffuse all wrath.